Well, hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the JB Not Lost Shelter. You might see this in quite a few videos moving forward. But today we're going to do a little bit of a gear video. First thing we're going to talk about today is my pack. I'm going to tell you how I landed on this pack about a year ago and the pack I had before, and maybe give you some insight on why I changed this year as I was preparing for the AT section hike for the Georgia section. Made a lot of gear adjustments over this year. I've got a lot more that I could probably do as well, as you know if you've watched my video series. But hey, we're going to get into the pack that I used on the Georgia section this year, and we're just going to talk about what I thought about it. All right, everybody. I would say welcome to the world of no keyboards, commutes, or conference calls, but I'm smack dab back in the middle of that world right now. But hey, we're going to talk about some hiking. We're going to get our mind off that world for a little bit, and we're going to see what gear I used here on the Appalachian Trail. All right, everybody, stay tuned. All right, so the backpack that I bought last year after my, I'll say 62.7 miles of the Foothills Trail, I went and bought the Zpacks Arc Haul, and I want to talk a little bit about it. I bought the 60 liter version, which I believe is internal 47 liters and externally with the pocket right here in the back, mesh pocket, and the side, I would say most people would call them water pockets. We'll get to that here in a second, but we'll just say side pockets. I would say that that's what gives it the 60 liters. I really liked carrying this pack while I was out on the trail, but let me show you a few attachments. So if you just buy the Zpacks by itself, the hip belt doesn't come with it. The hip belt is actually an attachment to that. So I have the hip belt and I have these cargo pockets for each side. I love these side pockets. These pockets have some of the best, most smoothest zippers that I've ever used one-handed to get in and out of. So very, very impressed there. Of course, you can see I have them on both sides and they're pretty smooth. The things that was different from my old backpack, which was the Osprey Atmos AT65, was the Atmos 65 was 4.5 pounds. It was a lot heavier, but it had pockets in here where I could reach back, grab my water bottles and push them up and down in there. Why these ultralight packs don't do that, I have no idea. Maybe they don't want the extra 0.1 ounces, or it cuts into the design or whatever. But I could not get to my water bottles from the front of my pack using these side panels. Maybe some of you can, and that's great, but that was one drawback. But you know what? It wasn't a big deal at all. But let me tell you why. Once I got the front shoulder water bottle holder, I found that to be much more effective and much more simple to get to. I actually preferred having my water right there on my left shoulder than I did in the back anyway. So it's really a net for me. One, if you want to consider it drawback, is the largest bottle I would recommend in this front pocket is the 700 milliliter smart water bottle. That's what I carried on the front side, and you'll see that in a lot of my videos. What I really liked as far as attachments go was this Zpacks, we'll just call it front shoulder pouch, but I used it for a phone holder. You'll see right here on the front, I added a piece of shock cord and shock cord fasteners. That is what I put my Garmin InReach Mini carbiner on when I would let it hang from the front, and when I wasn't using the Garmin InReach, I would stuff it in this front pocket. It says it's waterproof. You can see that it's sealed on the inside. It's like any other Z-Pack pouch. It says it's waterproof. Of course, I kept my phone in a bag when it was raining, even if it was inside this. One way that I did use this, and you might have noticed it in some of my videos, was that I would actually put my power supply down into the pouch. I would flip my phone upside down here, and I would run the cord down into there for charging to keep it ready for filming, while having a place to hang my Garmin inReach. I really like this layout. It came in very handy. I've made a few changes with my battery bank I'll talk about either in this gear video or in a different gear video centered around electronics. But this worked out really well for me to keep my phone charged up front and handy for filming. On the back here, I basically used two S-beaners, one on each side, and as you can see from my other videos, I was able to carry my Crocs in the back. So that's the Zpacks Arc Haul 60 liter. I used a Zpacks pack liner for the inside, and it worked very well for me. It was very comfortable. I enjoyed carrying this pack. For support, it has this trampoline system. You can kind of see it through here. And then it has the stays here in the back that make up the frame. If you watch some hikers who have used this pack over a through hike, some of them have complaints about the stays. I was only out for 11 days total, so I didn't have any problems with this pack. I really liked it, and for an ultralight pack, there are plenty of different types of packs out there. You know, research your gear, check out what you can, and get what is best for you. Now, let's take a look at the internal of the pack, and I'll show you how much space there is. So, pack fully unrolled is 40, according to online, I believe it says it's 47 liters internal. Of course, you reduce that every time you roll it down, but you can see that it is sealed around the top. I didn't have any problems with water. I don't know how long that's going to last over time, but you can see down in here, there is plenty of room to go ultralight if you can get your gear down to a certain size, and plenty of room in the 60 liter pack. So this is the Zpacks Arc Haul.